Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. It's Radko from Radko Tarot, and in this whole video we're going to look into Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Moon, and as well Scorpio Rising weekly general tarot reading June 7th up until June 13th, 2021. And should you be guys interested in a personal reading with me, or if you do want to take my tarot classes, you can check out the description down below, and there you're going to see a link to my website where you can view and purchase either or both of these services. So with that being set aside, moving to the Scorpio reading straight. Oh, I almost forgot. I moved my live streams from a Facebook to YouTube. So if you do want to catch me live, make sure you do subscribe to the channel and as well hit the notification bell. So with that being set aside, moving to the Scorpio reading of the week, and the first card we do have as a Scorpio, that is going to be the Five of Swords, accompanied by the Seven of Wands. Moving next, we do have the Seven of Pentacles, followed by the Death card, and the last one that we do have, that is going to be the World. And so the week, especially the very start of the week or the very first half of the week, will be a bit tense. That is because we will have to deal with certain unpleasant individuals, okay? And for some of us are going to be individuals that we have placed our hopes in. Unfortunately, that was in vain. And even in most extreme cases, some of us may feel even betrayed and humiliated as well. But even if that's the case, we are going to very, very quickly recover. And after that, we are going to make that restructure, if we do need, into what we are dealing with, you know, the people that we're dealing with, and in generally restructure into the life in general. So starting up with the first card, which is the Five of Swords. And now this start of the week is going to be very explosive, if I may say it that way. That is because we are to be quite focused on not dealing up with something, but pushing through with something, okay? It could be pushing through with a project, pushing through with a relationship, whatever it is. And this focus of ours is gonna make us being ignorant to those kind of aspects, mainly people around us, that can use our negligence to our disadvantage, and therefore misuse their power over us. So important thing at the start of the week is to be very quiet. I can't say lower than the grass, but very quiet. And the word is not suspicious, but I would say careful whom we are trusting to again, because at that stage we may receive bad advice, okay? Or like I said, our trust may be betrayed as well. On a more practical level, with the Five of Swords at the start of the week, we should be quite sustainable to ourselves, or rather like quite accountable, should be the word that has a more proper meaning here, toward ourselves. Because with under the energy of the Five of Swords, we do really risk to burn out, I will use this term. Instead, we should know how far our limit stretches and how much we can handle, either career-wise or either relationship-wise, because we can go into a overdrive. Okay, we can go into the overdrive mode and finish all the work we have scheduled, finish everything that we have promised into relationship-wise, and so on and so forth. But because it's an overdrive mode, we're not going to do it nearly as good as we do had the time, and as well we do have the peace to do it. So just we have to kind of like draw a line and say, okay, I can do this, this, and this in the next couple of days, and the rest I'm going to leave for later on into the future. And right after this dynamic at the start of the week, Seven of Wands takes place. And with the Seven of Wands at this stage, we are going to start seeing now who these people are, which are trying to undermine, you know, our accomplishments, to undermine our status in general. And with the Seven of Wands, it's important here to be able to withstand exterior influences. Now, how this is done under the Seven of Wands? Well, there are a couple of ways. Now, the first one is that we need to have that readiness to jump into action whenever action is required, meaning whenever we are taunted, whenever we are confronted, and so on and so forth. And what is very common for the Seven of Wands is that some rumors, gossips, etc., are to be spread around addressing us. Okay, and they are a fallacies. So whenever we do hear something like that, we do not ignore it at all, but we do confront it straight away. It's not going to go on its own accord. Actually, it's going to escalate very, very quickly. And that's why here also it's the maxima that we should be ready to jump into action. Otherwise, a fallacy may become a reality. What I mean, fiction can become a fact no matter what the truth really is, okay? But with the Seven of Wands, we do have all the means to guard our domain, if I may say it that way, and we are to find ourselves being much stronger than we think we are. And right after this period of time, Seven of Pentacles takes place, and that card presumes that we have dealt with the exterior ill and noxious influences very well. And with the Seven of Pentacles, we are about to take a break from all these BSs, all right? It's just we would not want to deal with anybody around at that particular stage of the week, but instead we're going to make certain retrospection and as well start accounting to what's worth keeping up to and what's worth moving forward with. Who worth our time and who doesn't, what worth our time and what doesn't. And after this stage of thinking about very carefully what we want to do with ourselves, with our friendships, with our relationships as well, career, etc., it's with the Seven of Pentacles, the likelihood of it is to walk out of this state of inactivity by addressing only the aspects of our lives, only the endeavors and the enterprises which really can pay off moving forward into the future. And we definitely gonna know which of all of the enterprises in front of us are going to worth it. It's not that there is not going to be a question about it. Okay, this isn't about being baffled. That's about, you know, being accountable toward oneself. And as we do start moving forward with the things of worth, okay, the things of value of us, and everything that does not have any value anymore, it's just left to pretty much disintegrate. The death card takes place for a Scorpio, and that is our card, okay? We are represented by the death card in tarot. And death pretty much shows that those what were in flux beforehand, they are to be replaced, okay? So what it means truly, it's I have to give you an example so I can explain it here. So should, you know, your job betrayed you and you figured out that it's nothing of value anymore and you have to change it, then the death card replace it, all right? That is literally how the change in death card works, through substitution, through replacement. And old love is going to be replaced with new one, you know, old job is going to be replaced with new one. Whatever does not have any value for you is going to die, literally to die, and is going to be replaced with new life that has the same aspect. If you do think about death and you do evoke the image of the traditional card in Rider-Waite, and you can see it even here, but the other aspects are not there. Although in the traditional deck you do have a death comes about, which is the fourth horseman of the apocalypse, and one emperor dies, another takes its place, but the empire stays, right? So in reality, whatever you are about to abandon on your own personal will because it doesn't have any value for you anymore, you are you're not abandoning its path, you're just abandoning the enterprise. Okay, it's going to be replaced with an enterprise of the same narrative that will have a much bigger opportunity and pretty much a field to grow. And right after the replacement, okay, right after the replacement that we are going to undertake, the World card happens. That is at the end of the week. And at the end of the week, we are about to reach a culmination of things. That is when something big, you know, finalizes, okay? And it could be looked at quenching and as well consolidating one's life. That is where the deal is pretty much sealed and nothing can ruin it for you. May that be a relationship, may that be a job as well. I can say that the change of life that is going to happen throughout this week, looking at these cards, is going to be very rapid and very sudden as well, but ultimately is going to play into our favor, because the world is not just only a culmination of things, guys. It's also it's a sense of liberation. You just liberate yourself of one very, very long and as well a big search, for example, or a big performance. And now it's time to start thinking of a new perspective for ourselves, which, by the way, is going to emerge very, very soon. So, just to, how can I say, summarize all that, I would say that whatever wants to walk away from our life into this week, June 7th up until June 13th, we should not try to resist it. We should just gladly, you know, let it go, because pretty much for what the cards are pointing, it lost its value and it cannot offer us anything anymore. That's at least according to my tarot cards. If you do feel different, by all means, do whatever suits you best. And at the end, the replacement is going to be far greater than what we could have, that we took from the previous endeavor of the same class. So yeah, with that being said, that was our general tarot reading, June 7th up until June 13th, 2021. Hopefully you do enjoy it and you do like it, guys, and we are to see each other next time. Until then, bye.